Hello everybody. It's welcome back. This is a an episode I am making. Actually, this I wasn't expecting to be doing this, but I've just been working a lot and been getting a lot of things put together. So, okay, so what you're seeing here is it's not very organized. I apologize. But what you're seeing here is this bag that I'm making. It's a clutch for women, and it's made out of vegetable tan leather. This is actually mahogany. Is this color? It's a brown, but it has some like some light brown hues and whatever. And I ended up lining it with sheepskin, as you can see. So for these are going to be the top that holds the bag closed. It's going to be like a little tiny purse thing. And these are some magnets. They're okay, you know. But here's the basics that I used to do silversmithing for fun, and I ended up coming back to it and incorporating it. So this is pure silver here. I poured seven troy ounces of silver, and I ended up getting these pieces. I actually have another like a ring that I made, and I'm going to be a ring like a D ring or for looping or hooking things onto. So these are pure silver. There's a little stamp mark that I put onto it. It's 0.999, and so I ended up melting the silver in my furnace, which heats up to a couple thousand degrees, and poured the silver into these little. They're like little loaves, little almost like little cookies, and I just took my hammer and the anvil, made a little working surface, and flattened out the silver into this. This is, I guess you call this wrought silver, but now what I'm doing is I'm punching holes in the back or through here, kind of like buttonholes, and I'm going to be stitching it into this. So of course this is going to bend, you know, and then it's going to be on the front and the back of the bag. So you may ask yourself, or you may want to ask me, why am I using pure silver? So just a little well-known fact that not a lot of people know about is excuse me, the silver jewelry that you buy, or the silver like cups and stuff that are real silver, they usually are made out of sterling silver. And so sterling silver it's usually 925, means 92.5% pure. And the other would be I don't know what they put in it, maybe copper or some other metal. But they make an alloy out of it, and it ends up being tough and durable, you know, for the most part. But oh my gosh, I wanted to make I wanted to give people real wealth. Like, you know, the dollar is always losing value. It's called a fiat currency, and The only things that really keep their value that we have today are gold, silver, copper. And I feel that people should have real wealth because a lot of people they just have cash, and cash is paper, and paper burns. I mean, even if it's in a bank account, it can get you can get hacked or scammed or whatever. And even just the nature of fiat currency, you have a product that, or excuse me, a currency that is losing its value. And so making something out of pure silver, giving somebody a product that is it's worth money, real money, and something you could snip this off if you ever needed 2.5 ounces. Um, I have my scale around here somewhere, but okay. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to punch the rest of these holes out I'm using this little leather punch, and I'm gonna end up making the hole larger using just a needle that I'm gonna be stitching with. And I'm using this royal blue uh, Ritza thread. This stuff is good. It complements the mahogany for some reason. The mahogany is it's kind of difficult to see on the camera with this lighting. I think it looks a little bit black to you. It might look a little black or just brown, but this is kind of a reddish. It has red, it has yellow and brown in it, I can tell. And so it almost makes it kind of look like a maroon, which is something really nice. But we're just gonna continue. So I have this thick piece of leather that I've stitched onto itself, and I'm using this to keep the surface nice. But I'm just gonna keep going and show you show you how it goes. It's honestly like kind of intense piercing through silver like this. So this stuff is so soft. You can really just work it very easily. And it scratches really easy. I was if you notice there's like a slight discoloration. I was piercing through the hole, making it wider, and the needle slipped out and I scratched it. And so I'm gonna have to go over this again after and just get any minor scratches or dings out of it. I'm gonna use my Dremel. And I kind of like this design. It's gonna stab into the leather and hold temporarily while I sew it together. It'll be cool. I don't think many people are doing stuff like this. I um I don't really like that everybody does the same thing. It seems like I keep saying like a lot. I apologize. It seems to me that people nowadays just do stuff that other people are doing. And it's not very appealing to me. It seems as if there is almost a lack in creativity. You know, it's like we're all wasting. Oh, wrong one. Almost used. Okay. Woo. If you do it well enough, you can punch right through it. That's a little high. Okay. Actually, I'm really preferring this method because I want to preserve as much metal as I can. You know, whenever I started doing this, I started out with 7 troy ounces, which is like roughly 7.7 ounces or 7.5 or whatever. And you know, just hammering it, smoothing it, whatever, it's caused it to lose a little bit of the metal. It's not something that I want, you know. And so I'm gonna attempt to maintain as much metal as I can. Because, yeah, this is a purse or whatever that I'm making, but I want it to be wealth. Like, I want someone to, in the future, whenever they need money, to snip this off and sell it, you know? I mean, I don't want that, but I know that that's gonna end up happening or something. I just want people to, I want people to be rich with real riches. So we're almost done with this first one. Oh, you know, I'm not even timing it. Here we go. It's important if you do this kind of stuff to document it, time it, because whenever you go to price it, you want to take the value of the materials and take how much time you put into it, how many hours, and how much your labor is per hour, and then you want to add any extra percentage for growth for your business, and then of course maintain maintaining like machines and stuff, because I use a few different machines in my workshop. Like I got a laser over there. Um, that thing is very big. I use that for, you know, sometimes I carve out leather or I'll like engrave it or whatever with it. And then also my sewing machine, you can't see it right now, but my sewing machine is like I can make random stuff like this. I can make tools basically. Um, and then also my furnace that I use to heat this silver up and pour it. You know, so these are all like things that you want to add extra price to the product that you're selling so that you can keep making things. This is pretty fun. Here's the first one. So, because this stuff is so soft, um, it likes to bend. Okay. Alrighty. Just gonna mark the next one. Maybe this way. I guess we'll just do it that way. Alright, that's good. I'm just gonna bore out the holes after. Excuse me, I'm just gonna enlarge the holes after. Just punch them first and then let's go over each one after. I'm gonna need a. I mean, honestly, this isn't really doing much to the edge of this at all. It's because the silver's so soft. If I was doing this to like a piece of steel, of course it would be messing this up a little bit over time. Una más. Okay. Let's do it. So I worked on punching these holes by hand and hand stitching it yesterday, or last night or whatever. It took me 4 hours. I wanted to make sure that the holes were perfect. So I used this, it's called a wing divider. I just got this dimension, or excuse me, the distance that I wanted. And I used my little three-pronged version of this. And it was took some time, of course, but pretty happy with it. I still want to do some extra designs on this for some reason. Um, I really respect the old world craftsmen. They're just the way that they did stuff is like super cool. And the way I'm making things, I did like basically just their first step, which is flattening the metal. I mean, I did emboss it, of course, or not emboss it. I did put this little pattern in with I have this leather. It's a stamper, or a stamp or whatever. Okay, it looks like this. But the one that I had, the tip kind of looked like a stingray pattern, and I used that to put this like texture on it. But I ended up almost destroying the tool because I was hitting it with a hammer, which isn't something you're supposed to do. All right, I think this is done. Just good. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Let's put it like here. Oh, that's too far out. Whatever. It's good. You know, one of the things that No, I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, cool. It's kind of wide. It's okay. So whenever you're working with leather and now of course with this silver, just punching holes, you want to make sure that the needle can go through. That sounds stupid, but it's actually a very important point. So whenever you're selecting the punch to use or the chisel or whatever, you want to get something that the thread doesn't look like it's being, just you want to make the thread look as close to the hole size as possible. And with leather, it's kind of an easy thing because it stretches and it closes up. Like after I finish working, after I finish stitching, I should say, I go over and I just tap the holes. And what that allows is it causes the leather to close back up. And so it's not that big, or it's with this silver, what I'm realizing is that I need it to be big enough for the needle to go through. So, um, okay. So as I hit it back down, it seems like it's trying to become hard. or close back up. It's almost like the leather closing back up. I'm trying to figure out a pattern that I want to do on the silver, but a lot of patterns that they put onto, just designs, they have their roots in Freemasonry and stuff, and I'm not really about all that. And a lot of people that a lot of people they don't know that stuff, but it's there. There's a lot of like they seem to be beautiful designs, but they have to do with like the square and compass and whatever else. I don't like that stuff. A lot of that stuff took over the world, like the 1850s or whatever. They bought out all the media companies. And so if you get the media, everyone will believe you, and then you can make enemies of whoever you want. One of the things that I learned in school that they don't mention nowadays, elementary school, is called, I think I learned it in high school actually, but it's called yellow journalism. And this is like an old term. Basically, it's where you make up whatever you want. It's basically lying. So, okay. So one thing that really was frustrating to me was when I hammered this out, it left, maybe it's just the polishing method that I chose, but it's almost like a milky look on it. And I want it to pop. I don't want it to be milky. The back even, you can see it. But man, I spent hours just polishing it with this thing. I was using Jeweler's Rouge. I mean, it might be the Jeweler's Rouge I was using. Maybe I'll try this red one that I have. We'll see. Okay, cool. So now we have our beautiful pieces. Just gonna make sure that the needle can go through all the holes. Whatever. I'll be able to do it perfectly whenever I actually put it onto the leather. So, here we go. This is what I want to do. I want to do a pattern. Right now, this is what it looks like. It has this like stingray Japanese sword handle look to it. Now, here, let's pause this. 23 minutes. So I really do like, I like making pieces that have a story about it. Like a theme. Yeah, a theme. That's what it is. So, this is what we'll do. I'm gonna get some tools. 1 second. Okay. So, I got this drafting board, and we're just gonna play around, make some designs, and then whenever I actually have the design that I want to put on here, I'm gonna start the timer back up. Let's put these here. But I think it's good I have the holes punched. So I was kind of doing a little bit of doodling at the beginning of this. I think one of these pieces, yeah, I ended up hammering one of them to be, it's a little bit larger as you can see. So what I want to do is basically use this paper here and centered. I think my camera is angled wrong. It looks, you can see the straight lines. It's showing its slight misalignments. Ah, okay. I got I got a bunch of different things. Here we go. So what are we gonna do? Man, this angle of the camera is off. It's messing with me. Too much stuff on the table. Alright, that's good. So what's kind of cool about these is the shape isn't, it's not like perfect, you know? It accentuates the handmade aspect. So it's quite beautiful actually. Let's see. Oh, I might as well. Might as well put the holes. One of the main reasons why I wanted to add extra is to cover a mistake. Whenever I was kind of just messing around with this piece in different like stamps or whatever. And I ended up, the reason it's larger than it used to be, if you notice, is because I covered it in a design before, and I was actually like unhappy with the design. So I re-hammered it out and then I re-stamped a new design on it, which is this. But so this is what we got for stamps. Now these are leather stamps, and the thing about this is leather is a much more supple material, of course. Vegetable tan leather. Oh, this stuff. This is what I made the bag out of over here. You really can't tell because it's colored, and put a top coat on that one. But this is the stuff that you use, and it's called vegetable tan leather, and it's just some people. It's also called tooling leather or craftsman's leather, and this stuff you wet it, you spray it with a spray bottle, and it just accepts these tools. It leaves a pattern, but whenever you're working with silver, you're only going to get like the very top surface to actually be contacting. And so it looks kind of stupid, but you might be able to see it, you might not. There's just some very faint vertical, or excuse me, diagonal lines. Diagonal, they're almost like rain, like lines of rain. And I want to cover those up. I also want to, I kind of want to make it look like a cover up on a tattoo. Like if you get a tattoo and you want to cover it up, you have to use, you almost have to use like crisscrossed lines and swirls, or you have to make the lines that are already there be almost be incorporated into the new design. So, but as far as these go, this is really one of the only ones I can use. And this one I technically could, but it looks kind of just like a ringworm. Or like a, it looks disgusting. This one I guess I could. It's like a Navajo style. It has a diamond in it. And then this one just leaves dots, which I don't like them. Alternatively, I can always just somehow cut out the metal, but what we're gonna do, let's finish this really quick. I'm just gonna put them over here. Well, next to each other. I almost want to do how the Japanese, they kind of honored certain craftsmen by replicating their designs. Okay. Kind of want to do that for this, but I also kind of want to be original. Okay. We go. Oh yeah, I do want some inspiration, so I'm gonna leave that right there. Also, if anyone is swiping through, they could maybe catch a glimpse of the silver and stick around. Who knows? Because I am live streaming through Twitch and YouTube, and I mean this video is gonna get stored on YouTube. All right. So we got some tools here. Don't need this. I think what I want to do first is get out my let's see. One thing my dad always taught me. My dad, he's an artist. He always taught me that if you make it more complicated, it can detract from the beauty. And so, what you want to aim for is it to be complex yet simple. So, what we're gonna do here, I want to, I want to, all right. Don't think I'm weird, but I'm not gonna talk for a little bit. I'm just gonna study this. I might talk. I like talking, so I might talk, but almost like who's that guy who made he made the marble sculptures? What's his name? Whatever. Anyways, I want to look at this piece and see what it's trying to tell me. What's really cool about this piece here is it just has these natural, it's almost like mountainous areas where it goes high and low. Mm. Okay. So there's kind of like a, wow, let's see. So what's interesting is this piece was hammered and it's a one of one, of course. I think I want to go opposite. Okay. Still thinking. Maybe I'll go get more coffee. It's 2:38 a.m. So something I kind of enjoy the nighttime for the aspect that no one else is awake. and I'm really a people person. Like I enjoy having fun, and I'm also a family person. Um, so whenever my family's awake, like my mom, my sister, my dad, whoever that I'm living with, when they're awake, I like to, for the most part, spend time with them. Um, so sometimes nighttime is really the only time I can have hours of uninterrupted work. You know? But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this simple. I want to leave like open areas, but I want to put a pattern into it. I also might flip it and I might hit it from the back. Excuse me. I might stamp it from the back. um, I have these letter stamps, numbers also. So I'm thinking of using specific letters or numbers to kind of put like yeah, trying to think of the word, like a reverse impression. An impression is like an inward, it's like, but I want it to be sticking out, like a three-dimensional almost. So let's see. I also really like abstract art and having some very cool lines. So I think I'm gonna do an abstract art. Maybe like some weird looking letters. Oh, it took us. Come on. Oh, wow, this is cool. It might be kind of hard for you to see, but I think I want to make it look like buildings or something, or a plot ground. Maybe I can make it say something like the name of my company, but in a random order. Almost that'd be kind of cool. Okay, let's put a P right here. P. Ooh, I have an idea. Really, what you want to do is you just want to go for it. That's what I that's what I like about working with precious metals is I like beating them. I like taking I like taking a beautiful piece of silver like whenever you pour it, if you pour it into like a little loaf or whatever, I like just beating it with a hammer and making it into something very fun. Oh, I want to go P. Oh, let's do an E over here. No. So we got let's play let's play a little bit of Hangman here. Persecuted truth. Okay, here we go. So we got one P. All right. Can we get an E? Can I get an E? I want to make it look like a plot of land with houses or something. This is kind of fun. Here, let's put an E here. P E R P E R. It's looking a little bit predictable. It's a very long road here. Go leave a oh yeah, P E R. Yeah, there we go. S. Let's get an S. S. E. Give me another E. So E. P E R S E. Yeah, you're definitely not gonna be able to tell what this says, but it'd be kind of cool. C. B O U. We'll see. I might not even keep this design. E. It's actually really repetitive. Okay, I don't like it. There's too much thinking. I need more doing. I think what I want to do maybe is some rain or we'll see. Some rain. Oh no. Okay. I know I keep going back and forth, and this is probably normal. But what I really want to do is make it look like diamonds, like shiny. So, let's just ignore this one. If you're watching this video in the future and you think this is boring, you can skip, or you can watch another video, or you can stick around, but hey, if you end up leaving, you might miss when it actually starts to get good again. So, it's your choice. Oh, dude, what if I make it look like looking at the stars? Oh, let's see something. Man, this is cool. Okay, I'm gonna use the internet. Ah, beautiful. Stars in middle of nowhere. Images. In the middle of nowhere. There's way too many fake photos. Oh, that's beautiful. That's what I needed. Okay. Wow. So stars have like okay. Woo. Stars have like a central core of light, and then they have this beautiful little reflection, or it's like a line, you know? I might use a Dremel. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm I'm not gonna use this paper anymore. I'm gonna do something bold here. This is where it's at though. All right. So I'm going to take this paper away. You know, I start to use this drafting table, or excuse me, drafting board with paper, but I like to just work. I feel like I'm working twice, you know? I mean, I know there's most professionals will use drawings, but it doesn't really feel like my style. All right, bear with me. I'll be right back, okay? Don't go anywhere. All right. As you can tell, I'm really excited. This stuff is very fun. You know what's it's kind of risky. Like, look at this beautiful piece. You know, I'm not gonna do it, but there's a chance you could make a mistake. um, so what I'm gonna do here, here we go, perfect. So as you can see, we got this is actually a really soft wood and piece of leather. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to look at the stars. Wow, this is pretty fun. This sounds intense. So I think what I'm gonna do first is pop these stars into place. And then after I'll go back and flatten it out. Or flatten the piece of silver out. Yeah, this is crazy. You gotta see. Almost let it tell you where it wants to be. So the center of this is like much thicker. Not much, but I mean it's still it's thicker for sure. Doesn't really want to take a shape or take an impression. One of the main reasons I wanted to do this is because the silver inside the hole and inside the cuts or whatever, it's gonna look super shiny. I want it to catch light from different angles. A lot of the the best craftsmen like to play with light. So yeah, I'm just gonna just be free. Free to live. Wow, they shine. Oh man, this looks so cool actually. Wow. See, the thing is, you don't want to do it too much. Like, you don't want to oversaturate the piece. But there's like a creativity to it. Kind of just want to go for it. I'm also really looking forward to this being done, like the finished piece. Whenever you see something that you've made, it makes it it's a very nice experience. Sometimes, sometimes during the process, it could almost seem like, you know, like coming out of your mind into the actual piece. Sometimes it could be a little bit daunting along the way. Perfect. All right. Oh. All right. So safety. Okay. What we're gonna do now. This part is also a little bit intimidating, but you never get anywhere great unless you try. Control. All right, now I'm gonna move the clutter out of the way. You know, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that. I'm gonna use more use more stamps. Let's see how this looks. Okay. You know, let's just send it. I'm gonna go into the dip. There's probably a better method. Okay. So I got a couple different things. So I realized that that wheel is too big. um, so I'm gonna use this edge like an engraver. Man, this is so intense. Okay, that's not really what I wanted. It's called a burnishing tool or something. It's a little bent. Whatever. Oh man. Um, what about try it? Maybe on a lower setting. Yeah, this is intense. It's just weird. Oh, what about this? Too much stuff in the way. This is the first time. This is the first time I'm doing anything like this, by the way. started the timer back up. Maybe I need to use a hammer. What about hammering straight down? Man, this is so weird. Things don't always go the way you thought they would. But that's learning. It's just learning on the piece that you're finishing up is just, the weirdest part. You know, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna hit it with the wire wheel. Dude, it's, you know, I regret doing this. Not gonna lie. I feel like I messed it up. I think I'm gonna melt this, re-pour it. Ah! Okay, turn off this. By the way, this is real. If you desire to be a craftsman, sometimes stuff like this happens. And man, sometimes you don't want it to happen, but watch this, everybody. I'm gonna remelt this. I need to clear my area. You can almost feel crazy sometimes. And the thing is that since I made this mistake myself, I can't record any of the time and charge for it because it was a mistake. So what this means is I'm going to have to do this all for free. It's actually kind of fun. I'm sort of upset though because I feel like I wasted material, so much material. Come on, just bend normally. Eye protection. It looks beautiful. I gotta get this to fit in a little tube. It's called a crucible. The thing about silver is the more you hit it, the harder it gets. The crystalline structure that gets compressed. Okay. Woo! Look at that. I used my better hammer. Man, this is what silver sounds like. See that? I'm gonna hammer this down. All right, everybody. This one hammered more like what the heck? Who cares? Anyways, this this was culmination of many hours of work. So, what did we learn here? When you're doing stuff, sometimes you waste time. In this case, I'm not really wasting any material, but sometimes you waste time experimenting. And this is the road to getting better. But let me show you what I'm gonna melt it in. Here it is. So this thing is called a crucible. You put in the metal like that. Hey, they both fit. And man, this freaking sucks. Okay. See, it's made out of charcoal, I think. And this gets to like 18 or 1900 degrees or something like that. I work in Celsius whenever I'm doing this, and or 2000, who knows? But yeah, this thing's gonna get really hot. These are gonna melt. I'm gonna pour them into a mold. Um, oh yeah, here's another little piece that I had. Put that in. Let's see what else. I think I'm gonna keep these other pieces. They're pretty beautiful. All right, and then I also have this dust that I got from some of the silver. The only thing is that I mixed it with, or I used my sanding wheel, and so what I'm gonna have to do is, whenever I actually melt this down, I'm gonna put this dust in there because it has silver, but I'm gonna use a lot of borax, or sorry, yeah, borax. I'm gonna use a lot of borax in there, and it's going to become like almost like a glass, and it's gonna help separate the crap from the actual silver. Hi everybody, I'm back. All right. It doesn't seem like it's worth it, honestly. Putting this stuff back in. Let's see. Okay, so this is the stuff I was talking about. It's mixed with like I don't even know what that stuff is. All right. Then I have this piece here. This one I actually soldered. So, hmm. Who knows? I might not melt it down. See, I annealed it, which means softened it. Um, Basically, this is like a loop, a D-ring or whatever. Anyways, this looks like garbage right now, but basically just hammer it into shape, smooth it out. But what we're gonna do is just melt that down also. um, these pieces. What do you think? Should I melt them down? They're quite beautiful. Should I? Do I like wasting time? You didn't expect to get to see me do this much carnage, did you? Ow. Sure. So, oh, I got a space right there. A little more. All right. Wow. It's probably really annoying. I apologize for the noise. Oh, I should just fold it again. I'm gonna go to the big hammer. Sweet. Okay. Here's that piece. Smack my thumb also. Okay, so I wonder how much silver that is. Oh yeah, and then well, no, I don't think I'm gonna use this. So this is some solder that I made. It's 80% pure silver and 20% copper. No, I'm not gonna use this. Okay, let me see if I can find any more silver. Little piece that I dropped. Here it is. Yeah. So the only reason why I'm doing all this is because I want to maintain my value. I don't want to just throw away material per se. Yeah. Okay, what I think I want to do is I think I want to make a big slab. So here's the actual purse, clutch, whatever the heck you call it. And I think I want to make like a big, beautiful rectangle. And maybe, okay, look, it doesn't have to go to the edges. Maybe if it was just this big and put a beautiful pattern on it, maybe. I want to do like a city on both sides. That would be kind of cool. We'll see. But the only issue is that the molds that I have to pour it in, they really only go to like 2.5 ounces. So I would need to get like big, a bigger one, a, a big one. Okay, everybody, that's it for now. 2 hours and 2 minutes. I don't know. This video seems like it was kind of like a waste, just because it was the culmination of this ended up in slight tragedy. But hey, actually, it's a valuable lesson for you. If you desire to make things that are beautiful, know that sometimes you might end up back at square one. So, if you're, I appreciate you watching my video. Thank you so much. But, tune in, stick around. I'm going to finish this right. We already have these beautiful pieces of leather. These are these are beautiful. So what I just need to do is pour it back, refine it. Yeah, it's slightly sad. But thank you so much. If you want to donate to the channel, there's a link in the description. Um, yeah, if you like the video, feel free to like the video with the button. You can subscribe if you want. Have way more plans for the future. Some beautiful things I desire to make, and um, yeah, I appreciate you for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day. God bless you.